Hey, what's up, y'all? Lincoln Infield here. Welcome to episode 8 of Is It the Destination of the Ride, which is the Carolinas Full Throttle Magazine video series where we go out in the field and talk to the major players in the North Carolina, South Carolina motorcycle industry. Today we are in Burlington at Downhome Harley-Davidson talking to the man of the hour, Dan Roland. See what he's got to say about being the new GM, new owner, new guy here at Downhome Harley-Davidson, and figured it all out. All right, Dan, how are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you taking time to sit and talk to me today. But first off, let's get everybody to know exactly who you are, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got over here to Downhome Harley-Davidson.
Well, I got a hell of a backstory, but really, that's the basis. I spent a lot of years in the car business, probably almost 30 years in the car business, and then I just happened to see this opportunity and reached out to an owner in Iowa. He had a dealership in Iowa and one in Arizona, so I was interested in trying something new, and I was looking at Arizona where he sold that dealership, and he gave me an opportunity to be a general manager at a dealership in Iowa. And it took the first Saturday event at a Harley dealership to realize I wasted 30 years in the car business. I should have been in the two-wheel business. So that's kind of how I got into the motorcycle business, and I started figuring out what it takes to become an owner, because I said, man, this is my vibe. This is where Dan wants to be. And so I learned through the help of that owner how to get into ownership position. And I had a friend in the car business that I knew, and we joined together forces, and we were looking at a couple dealerships, and North Carolina was one of the first ones that I wanted because my brother-in-law lives here. So we'd been out here a few times, and we like, going to every dealership we can. And when I walked in here, I said, man, this is like a throwback in time, the brick and the light poles and stuff. So I said, this is a badass dealership. So I told my partner, man, we got to get Burlington. And that's kind of how we came about. So April 18th, we became owners.
Well, the cool thing about it is, and something that I have admired from watching you guys take this place over, was that you really injected a lot of energy back into Downhome Harley-Davidson. What was your game plan whenever you took this over?
Believe it or not, the game plan was the exact opposite of what all Harley dealerships do. They have bikini pipe wash and 120% of the training installed, tired rerun stuff. I wanted to do stuff that's way outside the box. So far outside the box, I'm doing a tap dance on the lid. So that's why I wanted to inject a heavy dose of cool factor, right? I want to change the whole process. I'm not into deposits. I'm into handshakes, no smoke and mirrors, full disclosure. You can't go to any other dealership and walk into the showroom floor and walk into the owner's office and see an owner that looks like me. And I welcome that. So we just wanted that total cool factor. We brought in Dave Kindig from Bitch and Rides, my friends with the Moonshiners, Tim Smith, the Moonshiner TV show. I've had Paul Tuttle, I've had the Pawn Stars. And I think that's what people want. They want something new, something cool that isn't, just this template, so to speak, right? So everything we do is well thought out to be kind of the trailblazer, right? I want to do things nobody else would do or they're afraid to do, and it's paid off. So that's what Dan Roland and Downhome Harley-Davidson is all about. It's about being outside the box.
Yeah. Well, I definitely noticed that with the role of big events that hit the calendar as soon as you guys took over. Like you said, we did the Moonshiners ride. You had Dave Kindig, and all these things were just marquee events.
That's the key word, marquee. I want it to be Harley-Davidson. You have to have a reason to drive 10 minutes or 2 hours to the dealership, right? So you got to make it a destination location.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to do that is these marquee events.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Kindig, it's third annual Hot Rods and Bitch and Bike Show. He's one of the biggest stars on Motor Trend magazine with his show Bitch and Rides. Super cool dude. I bring in people that aren't celebrity-itis, you know, the I need security and you can't approach me. These guys are approachable. I've become very, very good friends with Tim Smith from Moonshiners. He's the OG of all Moonshiners, right? Tim, Tickle, Josh. And I even had Richard Petty here. I mean, those are huge names, especially the King, right?
Yeah, these are.
So if I can get something like that, I'll gamble. I'll invest and spend the money. And listen, that Bitch and Rides thing with Dave Kindig, I had the whole street blocked off. I expected a few hundred people. It was a madhouse. People in a small town like this, they love stuff like that. And that's the impression we want. We want big time events. I'm a big time supporter of our servicemen and women, our military, our first responders. I'm a huge supporter of that. Big into helping the local communities. I buy local. I don't want to buy outside local. And that's what kind of helps, right? We all kind of help each other, just like you in the magazine. You know, we're helping each other.
Mm-hmm. Something else we noticed right off the bat is you're offering things to your customers that nobody else is. Right now we've got the Warranty for Life program going on. And now that's exclusive for here, isn't it?
We are the only ones with exclusive warranty protection for life. As long as you own that bike, if you blow that motor, you're covered. And I don't charge you for it. You don't go into finance and see a surcharge. I don't raise my prices on my bikes. It's something that's absorbed in the internal cost of operations. So it's big. And I also, before I even put the bike out there, if it's borderline brake wear, the state says, or the regulation says it passes, but it's borderline, I want it replaced. If the tire's borderline, I want it replaced. So I'm giving you the best product you can. I don't like boring bikes. You see a lot of my pre-owned bikes got the bars and the pipes and just total cool factors. So when you come here, I don't care if you're 2 hours away or 20 hours away. There's no reason to buy anywhere else because of those factors. Me looking after your safety and the mechanical reliability, the cool bikes, and then the warranty protection for life. And that's new bikes as well, warranty protection for life. So it's all about giving something that nobody else does, and that's from events to the actual product and the actual experience.
Well, it's a good policy, and even speaking about having bikes on the showroom floor, I noticed that you took some brand new bikes and got them custom painted to take them to that next level. You know, that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, we want to do a few different levels of customization, right? You take your stock bike and you paint them up, you put a seat or bars or something like that on there. Then I want to get into the horsepower. You know, I've done some videos with my own personal 2023 breakout. We did a 131 with a big cam. That thing's just a monster. I mean, I've had 2 master techs ride it, and from second to third, it pulls the wheel off the ground. So I want those people that have ridden all year, and they don't really want to trade it in, but they want something better for their bike, do an engine build. Mm-hmm. Bring it in here, so by the time you come into the next riding season, you got a brand new bike, basically. So, and then the third thing is, we got the paint sets and accessories, we got the engine build. I really want to get into that custom stuff, you know, the audio, the you know, the big fenders and stuff like that. Harley kind of frowns on the big wheel for safety reasons, but I want to push the limits and say, hey, we don't just have boring bikes. We go way outside the box. So look for Downhome Harley-Davidson, do some stuff that's really extreme and really cool.
Yeah, for sure. And that's definitely been what I've seen on the floor. Now, you mentioned your personal bike, the Breakout, but I know that you're a rider. I've heard you say it. I've seen you go on these rides, the Josh Owens ride all the way to Florida and so that. So that's not your only bike, right? You've got a touring bike that you run as well, right?
Well, the joke is, people say, what do you ride? I said, well, I got 120, 150 to choose from. So I just go jump on a bike. So I finally got to a point where, okay, I'm going to claim a bike that's mine. Because it didn't make sense to just go out and buy a bike, because I can get on a Road Glide, Street Glide, Road King, whatever, and ride. So, but when the Breakout came out, I said, man, that's badass. Yeah. So I said, okay, I want all the power you can put in this bike. I want to have the highest torque bike there is. It's got like 156 foot-pounds of torque. It's just a monster. So yeah, I like to ride. I like to go fast. I like to live on the edge. Wife doesn't really like that, but that's comes with the biz.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, and honestly, I kind of enjoy a little bit of that too. You know, I don't mind that. You know, you can be upset about it. We're still gonna go do it.
I don't get crazy, you know, threatening life, but
Sure.
you know, I like hitting that throttle. I like getting going fast. So.
Look, that thrill is the reason that everybody rides a motorcycle. That's
it's wind therapy, man. If you've never ridden a Harley-Davidson, you just have to get on it and ride to experience it. I call it update your man card. You know, get off the Indian, get off the Honda, and get on a Harley and update your man card.
So we've got this dealership. You've injected the cool, man. We've got special bikes on the showroom floor. The events are freaking out of the box, man. They're awesome. What are you looking for in the future for Downhome Harley-Davidson? Where are we taking this?
Yeah, my partner and I, Phil, we're big first impression guys, right? So when we got here, it looked really all grown over and stuff. So we did the landscaping, we did the resurfacing, we painted the squares. It looks super, super cool when you come in. Harley's going to want some renovation stuff that we have to consider. So probably going to see some renovation going on, but I really just want the biggest selection of used bikes you can find, knowing that you can come here and get either a stock bike or a custom bike. Same thing on the new. I want you to know that it's not a wasted trip to come down here, especially when you throw in that warranty protection for life. So I want stuff that no other people are given. And as far as the event stuff, I want to keep going bigger and better. Obviously, the Kindig thing is an annual event. The Bootleggers is a huge annual event. We'll keep adding to the marquee people and bringing those big events in. I want to have more music. This weekend we got pancake breakfast, stuff like that. You know, we got bike night. I want to get established and expand that footprint around, you know, various counties and just know that, hey man, that's a badass place to go hang out. I want people to come out and drink my beer for free and just hang out every Saturday. You don't have to buy a bike every Saturday. Just come and hang out, and that's what I want it to be. Just that good vibe, you know.
Yeah. Well, it seems so, and this dealership does have that atmosphere. You know, come out, hang out, and you know, on any given weekend, you might have some celebrities in the house to come hang out with.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. Tim will show up anytime, and you know, we went on that ride to Florida for Josh Owens, the benefit ride, and he came back and bought the bike I put him on to ride down. So he's a real good friend of mine. You know, my motto is no high pressure sales, just high volume entertainment, and it should be an entertaining experience to buy a bike, right? It's not like a car and high pressure and, you know, compare this and compare that. You should be able to come in here and just I want you to feel like you're coming over on a Sunday barbecue. Yeah. That's the whole vibe I want in this dealership.
Yeah, well, you know, like you said, like, you know, buying a car, you're buying a work pod. You know, you've got to have it. But this is an experience. This is you know, not saying that it's not going to be your daily driver, but this is you know, this is what you get for fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and some do rely on it for, you know, 80% of the driving because it's cheaper with the gas prices. But yeah, this is more of a, I don't really want to call it a toy, but it's an accessory. It's an extra, and it has to be a cool extra that justifies the spend. And that's why I want to do more riding events. Get more. I keep telling people, you're not just buying a bike. I want you here. You know, I want you here for Saturday events. I want you here for our rides, for our benefit rides, and all that stuff. So. You know, people call it the family, but I call it more like part of the crew, part of the team, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so we've covered it all here, man. There's all kinds of great stuff going on, you know, from the bikes to the events to everything else. But I'll let you know, guys, know something. I'm in on a secret. It's not exactly a secret, but it's something cool to be a part of, to know about, and that is that Downhome Harley-Davidson will be the next big reality show with a little show that they like to call Dealer Life. What do you got going here?
Yeah, man, it was an idea we came up with and got production and network. It's going to be on a streaming platform. We've been filming here for a few months. It's called Dealer Life. It's kind of, we like to call it American Chopper meets Duck Dynasty with a little Dog the Bounty Hunter thrown in. So it's getting the behind the scenes of a typical Harley-Davidson dealership, and we're pretty excited about it, and we got a few episodes shot. We're still filming, so definitely check the Facebook and the Downhome website. We usually put one of the camera crews here, so it's It's going to be pretty cool. Let's just say that.
See, but you go in there and go behind the scenes of a typical dealership. This is not a typical dealership,
Right.
man. And even so,
Right.
they let me see the intro video here, and man, it is hot. From the music to the outtakes and everything like that, man, it's something that like I said, you need to go check out the promos. You need to sign on for the streaming platform, man, so you do not miss any of this. It is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, they can go to thedealerlife.com, and we just put the intro up there. We're editing some of the episodes now, so we'll have some teasers up there. I think we're looking at November for the first episode. We're going to have anywhere from 6 to 10 episodes, and then we go into next year. So hopefully this is the next American Shopper, but we won't beat the building up like they did. But we'll do some cool stuff.
So no throwing chairs.
No throwing chairs.
But if you guys, are in the area, if you're at Downhome, if you're out here at the events, man, you got a good chance of.
Hey, if you got a unique story that has ties to Harley-Davidson or something, a unique thing that you got, that's what the production company wants, man. They want that guy that's 80 years old still riding a 2-up, or female riders are great for TV. I love the female rider, man. They're out there just taking on that big iron beast. I mean, if you got something cool that you think is good for TV, definitely come down, man. That's what the production company wants.
Right on. Well, that's the deal, and we will definitely have some more on that coming up. But the main story is Dan Roland, the new guy here, bringing it together, making this place a cool dealership to stop by. They've got all the great bikes and layers of customization and the warranty for life. It doesn't get much better than that. Make sure you stop by Downhome Harley-Davidson, Burlington, North Carolina. You can walk straight into Dan's office and say hi. It's just that open and free around here. I really appreciate you taking your time, hang out with me a little bit, man. We're going to get back to you with more dealer life conversation coming up. Make sure you download the streaming platform so you guys don't miss a thing there.
Yeah, man. Downhome Harley-Davidson, let's ride.